we doing, guys? Welcome to another Mamemeister look at. Today's item, it's something that I actually bought and paid for about 3 months ago, but because of the sort of desirability, i.e. the supply exceeds demand, there's a bit of waiting to be had before you get the thing. So anyway, the thing finally arrived on Monday. Now I thought it had actually got lost in the post, but it hasn't. Anyway, enough of my postage problems. Now you've probably already looked at the name of the video. I'm guessing you probably would do that. The thing in question is this thing. Whoops, a daisy. Come on, move. Now, the reason I have got... I'm going to stick the light on, see if that makes it any better. No, it doesn't make any difference. The reason I've got a pillow on my black chair is because I actually recorded a video of this thing last night. Now, a black cartridge on a black chair at night time in poor light doesn't really work. So hence the reason I'm recording this one again. Now this thing, it's called the 1541 Ultimate 2 cartridge. Now it does quite a lot of things. Now the main reason I bought it is because it allows you to play games, run images on a Commodore 64. Now I'm not going to bring it too close to the camera, but for some reason the camera doesn't seem to be, what do you call it, doesn't seem to be focusing too well, don't know why. Anyway, you can see here, hopefully, you've got a USB port here. Now what you can plug into that is any USB drive. You can plug in a USB stick, you can plug in an external USB drive if you want, with images etc on it. Now just to the left of that, above my thumb, is a small SD, micro SD slot. In this I have got a 4 gig drive, which, not drive, a 4 gig memory card which actually came with this thing. I've actually got a 16 one on order. Now you're probably thinking 16 is far too much, but there's a lot of demos, a lot of games and stuff out there for the C64, so I want to be able to put everything on it. Now, yeah, hopefully you can see what the cartridge looks like. It's really professionally made. Now it's made by a chap called Gideon who resides in the Netherlands. Now on the left hand side here, out the road for a second, there is a serial port. Now into that, I can get the cable, goes one end of this thing, which is also provided, so this plugs in to here like so, and then the other end goes into the serial port on the back of the C64. Also on the left hand side here is a micro, not a micro, what do you call it, an audio jack, same as any kind of, you know, sort of Walkman smartphone type thing. Now it's not what you think it is. It doesn't output game sound through that. What it does do, it's a real geeky thing, but it's absolutely fantastic in operation. It outputs the sound of a 1541 disc drive, so you get all the wee clicks and whirs, and you know, you get to hear the drive as it's actually loading the game. Now as the name probably tells you, 1541, it emulates a 1541 floppy drive. Excuse me. Now the images that it loads, what does it do? It does D64 images, it does G64, I'm not quite sure what G64 are actually, it does cartridges which are CRT, it does T64 which is a kind of tape image type thing, and it also does TAP files which are actual tape files themselves. Now to use the tape files you need to get this extra add-on, which is this little ribbon cable, and in the back here this bit plugs into where the C2N unit would normally go, and what you can also do is you can also piggyback a C2N into the back of this. Apparently you can also you can have a 1541 real hard disk, a real floppy drive plugged into your Commodore 64, and you can have this thing plugged into, sort of linked through the serial port into the back of that, so you can kind of have a daisy chain of machines. Now what this thing can do, apart from playing games and demos, it also plays SID tunes, which is fantastic, which I'm going to let you see. You can also dump the contents from the sort of C64 onto a floppy disk, onto a tape. It's got a machine monitor built in. Now what this actually does is there's 3 buttons at the top here, all nice and clicky. This one here on the left hand side, that brings up the machine, the sort of the machine code monitor thing, so you can go and look at the machine code if that's your thing. In the middle brings up the menu for games, etc. And on the right hand side, that's basically a reset switch. Now there is an option you can actually go in and configure this thing, so you can change these buttons. If you want that to become the reset switch rather than that, you can change it. It's sort of fully customizable. I mean, it's really professionally made. Anything else that I want to tell you? There are 4, hopefully you can see them, they're quite dark. There's 4 LED lights which obviously indicate the various sort of, you know, what the sort of cartridge is actually doing. Anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, what you can also do is when you switch this on, it basically emulates a normal, I mean there was a lot of cartridges, sort of like fast loader cartridges that came out for the C64. Was it Epix? Fast Cart, whatever it's called. There's one by, was it Expert Cartridge? I can't remember exactly. There's about 4 or 5 different cartridges. Now you can actually go into the options and set this up to sort of to boot up as default one of the cartridges. Now this one is currently set to, it's called like a retro replay cartridge or something. So anyway, listen, I'm probably waffling a lot of pish here. So the thing you want to see is not listen to me talk crap. You want to actually see this thing in action. So let's plug it in and see how we get on. Okay, hopefully you can see this. It's a bit messy, but yep, you can see that this thing all plugged in. You've got the tape, you've got the serial port, and you've got the cartridge itself with the USB stick sticking out the back. So let's power this bad boy up and let's give it a go. Okay, let's power the bad boy on. I don't know if you heard that. Plugging that little, I've got a little kind of mini speaker thing. Now plugging that in fact I'm going to have to move this back a wee bit, guys. Plugging that in actually emulates the sound of the disc drive, which is just mental. So anyway, yep, when you switch it on, you can maybe make it out here. It comes up Cyberpunk Retro Replay by Count Zero. Now this particular one is configured to automatically start with this retro replay cartridge. Now you can actually change that to various other cartridges. So I could change it so that it automatically boots up into the Epix cartridge, or is it the Expert cartridge, whatever it is, I can't remember exactly. Now there's different things here. You can configure the memory, quite what you would do with that. Let's give it a wee shot. Configure memory F1. Right, I don't really know what that actually does, so let's just reset it. In fact, I'm trying to. It's not very easy when I've got this big whacking great tripod. Let's press the reset button. Right, back to that. Normal reset obviously does what it says in the tin. Utilities F5. You can see there you can change what device you're using, so it's set to the standard device number 8. Directory, format, DOS command, disk file copy, whole disk copy, exit to fast load. So yeah, you've got all these kind of options which are great because like I said, you can dump the machine, you can dump the memory contents on a proper disk, which is excellent. It's not something that I'm going to use, but it's clever. It's great that you've actually got that option. So right, let's press C to go back again. Now what it's now done is it's taken me into the fast load. Now to bring up, this is awkward as hell, to bring up the menu you press the middle button. Now you can probably or hopefully make out it says SD card ready, and it's also detected the USB memory stick. Now to move into it is straightforward. You just use the joystick up and down. Now one thing you can actually do is if you do F2, so it's shift and F1, it gives you various settings. So you've got clock settings, USB settings, audio output settings. So what you can actually do is you can have you can choose it to output the sort of hard disk sound. Software IEC settings, no idea what that is. Ultimate command interface. Now what I want to actually do is I want to change the colours. Command interface, no, we don't want to go to that. So how do we go back? Is it F8? Ah, there we go, it's F8 to come out, so it's shift, bunk, then we want to go back, shift, F1. Now what I want to do, you can maybe make it out, it's like white on grey, so it's not really that easy to see what where you are. So what I'm going to do is go down here, background colour, black, white, I'll leave that black. Foreground colour, let's make it, I don't know what's going to look nice, blue and white, and try that. What can we do, yellow possibly? Yellow, there we go, let's see how that looks. Shift F7. Right, that's probably a wee bit easier. You can now at least see what it is you're doing. So yep, so to go into the SD card, all you do is you move the joystick to the right, like so. Now you can see here it says cartridges. Now I've obviously put these on myself. Cartridges, discs, game base, SD, latest releases and music. Now this is something I've completely omitted to actually show you or let you listen to, so I'm going to go into this first. Music, it actually comes with its own built-in MP3 player, its own built-in SID player. So let's go down to Martin Galway and one of my favourites, Whizball. Now you can just go up and pick what tune you want. Play tune. Right, okay. That appears to be quite a short one, so let's go back to that and let's go for tune 2. Tell you what, let's go for one of my favourites. So, middle button to take us back to the menu. Hang on, just turn off that. Right, okay, that's to go back, press to the left and it just takes you right back. Where is he? Rob Hubbard even. And we've got to go for the classic. And you can see there it even tells you the title of the track, the author, when it was released and by what company. So that is playing on proper C64 hardware. So that is pretty cool. Okay, right, I've got lots to show you, so let's come back out. So, middle button, like so, and we'll just do left, left, left. So yep, let's go up to cartridges and do it the right. You can actually use your cursor keys, but it's easier using the joystick. So you can see here, these are all my cartridge images. Now what I'm going to let you see, this is pretty damn cool. Some clever person actually came out with a cartridge file for all the Epix games, so all your summer games 1 and 2, winter games, world games, I think it's called Epix. Whoops a daisy. Now you can actually use F7 and F1 to scroll per page. So here we go, Epix game collection. So do it to the right. Run cart, and there you go. You can now see there's a list of games. So let's go for winter games. F3. Do you want to read the documents? Nope. And obviously being a cartridge, it's virtually instant loading. Always kind of felt disappointed with this intro. The animation for the first two Summer Games 1 and 2 was just incredible. Then they went and stuck this ugly looking sprite thing. I don't know why they did that. So yeah, let's pick an event. So yep, obviously you can go to practice one event, bobsleigh, and it should be pretty quick to load. There you go, how's that? But I mean, it really is, it's not called the ultimate cartridge for nothing. So yeah, let's now if I was to reset that, I believe it treats it like a normal cartridge. So yeah, as far as it's concerned, the cartridge is still in, so that's why you get that. So I could go for Summer Games 1. Want to read the docs? Nope. Standard or alternate? Well, let's go for alternate. I've never seen an alternate one before. Oh, right, okay, very funny. Very funny. Yeah, you'll see here the animation in this guy is so much better. Anyway, tons to show you, so let's crack on. So to come out of that, just press the middle button and it takes us back to the menu. So okay, oops, I've just gone back into cartridges. Discs, it does exactly what it says in the tin, so let's move in here. Whoops, a daisy. What shall we load? Let's go for... Now, like any of these things, there's always going to be some games that maybe just don't work, but for what I gather, it's got a pretty high sort of compatibility. Some people actually said it's 100%, but let's see. Now, I know one thing I've not done here. What I need to do, I've not enabled the fast loader, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it on and off. Switch it on and off because I want to come right back to the main menu. Like so. Then I want to install the fast loader. Like so. Then I want to press the button. Bunk. Like so. Then I want to go into the SD card. Then I want to go into discs. Now one I'm going to try, now this is a multi-load game, so I want to see how this would actually play. Now one thing, in fact, I want to go to Super Cycle, so I believe if you type SUP, bunk, there you go, Super Cycle, here we go, let's try that. So move to the right, and you just basically pick what file you want to run, move it to the right. Now we want to, if you select run, then apparently it won't use the fast loader. So I think what you've got to do, is it mount and run? I think it is. I only got this yesterday, so you need to bear with me. That looks pretty quick. Spacebar. Hopefully it's not joystick port 1, because if it is, I can't be arsed. Right, I'm guessing it's going to be joystick port 1, so let's come out of this one. So middle fire button to come out, like so, go back, that's a pain. What else can we try? Right, Super Pipeline, let's go for Super Pipeline. One of my favourite games. So we want to mount and run. Unlimited lives, no thank you. There you go, how quick was that? Ah, bollocks, it must be in I should really have 2 joysticks plugged in, so yep, this one doesn't work because I would need to move the joystick. And want to come back out, I just press the middle button again, back to the main menu. So let's try one more, let's go for Suicide Express. Crap game, but awesome sound. Normal Express, let's just go for Suicide Express. Mount and run. Don't know what happened to that. Right, that didn't, I'm guessing I probably used the wrong, I should have probably have actually picked Normal Express, let's try that. F1 to load. I don't know if you can actually hear the sound of that. That little speaker is actually emulating the sound of the hard disk. It's just mental. For the full retro experience. Now, to me it looks like this particular game's not utilised the fast loader. There's that many different options with this cartridge, honestly. There's always ways to get sort of work around things. But like I said, I'm still just getting to grips with it. I literally only got it yesterday, so this is really the first time I've actually had a sort of a decent shot of it. Now anybody that's got a proper 1541 drive will know that it was ridiculously slow. It really was, even for a hard disk, or not a hard disk, even for a floppy drive, it was stupidly slow. I mean the turbo tapes loaded a lot quicker. I like that. I like the fact that you're getting the disc noise. That's possibly just me, but I think that's excellent. It's a real cool add-on, that. Right, listen, we're not going to waste all day waiting for this one to load. So let's just come back out. So middle fire button, or middle button, bink, and we're back again. Right, let's now Game Base. If anybody that's seen Game Base, it's basically every game ever released ever. So let's just go in and pick something. Here's all the different letters: Go, Go-Kart Simulator, Gobbler's Revenge. I beg your pardon. Let's try Going to the Dogs. Never even heard of it. So this is a T64 image, never tried that before. Right, okay. It's always a basic game, type in the names of the characters, right? No thank you. Right, anyway, listen, let's batter on. We don't want to play Going to the Dogs. So let's come back out. Okay, right back to, whoops a daisy. Right, I think we've looked at all of that now. What I've put in here, I've created a folder called Latest Releases, which feature the new games. So for example, we've got the new Ghosts and Goblins, so let's give that a wee try. Run Cartridge. And you can see how fast that's loading. Start the game. Honestly, this is just, it's an amazing bit of hardware, it really is. This game's not bad either, but honestly I can't recommend this cartridge highly enough. Ah, bugger off. I think now that I've got this cartridge, I will certainly be playing a lot more games on the original hardware rather than using an emulator. This is an astonishing conversion, it really is. Ah, bugger. Right, anyway, listen, that's that one. Let's middle button again. Now, this is going to be the last thing that I'm going to really show you guys. Middle button, back to main menu. Last thing I'm going to show you is how to load a tape. So I've actually got that on my USB stick. So again, come down to USB, press it to the right, tapes. Press it to the right again. Now let me think. Let me think of an ocean game. In fact, yeah, let's come down. I want to play Year Kung Fu, so if I type in Y-I-E, there we go, Year Kung Fu, and then we just press it to the right, and then run tape. It's oddly done the sound of a disk drive. And the thing with this, because this is a tap file, this is actually loading in real time, so you get the full loading experience. Hopefully, I'm sure it's working. There we go, there's the remove printer and disk drives. Ah, that's interesting, because technically that is a disk drive, so I wonder if, is this one game that might not work? Possibly? Oh, well, there you go. That, it seems like it is. So yeah, for that ultimate nostalgic retro fix, this is the way to play games, is to let it load a tape and enjoy the music. Now I'm going to stop this and I'm going to do another one which will take you right back in time. What are we looking for? We want to go for Spy Hunter. In fact, no, let's go for something like Drelbs. In fact, let me just type it. So let's see if we've got Drelbs. D-R-E. There we go, Drelbs. Run tape. Now what I'm hoping for here is the US Gold music. That just takes you right back to what, 1985, something like that. But this, like I said, I've had this. I got this. It arrived yesterday morning. The first opportunity I actually had to use it was last night. This is the second time I've had a chance to use it, and it is piss easy to use. You can see it. It's a question of pressing a button, and now if that doesn't take you back, I don't know what will. How many hours did we spend looking at that little blocks to load thing to count down? I'm going to let this one load. I just want to let you enjoy the music. Yeah, there's definitely something missing when you just press a button, bink, and it's instant loading. This was always part of the experience. And it speeds up, I think. Yep. Hey, here we go. And we're in. This is, if you've never played this game, I suggest you go and check it out. It's awesome. It's completely weird. Basically the idea is you've got to make squares whilst avoiding that bizarre looking sort of face. Whoops. Now you can actually, if you're lucky, damn it, if you're lucky you can actually capture that face in a square, which is easier said than done. Oh, damn it, almost got him. Anyway, right, listen, that is that. Let's look at one more game, guys. And I know what one I'm going to pick. Right, what I want to do, in fact it's not far from here, it should just be one screen up. Here's it, Delta, hopefully we've got Delta, here we are. Now this is the one that should have Gary Liddon's, is it E-Mix or something I think he called it? Where basically you can actually mix the music whilst it's actually loading. There we go. You can even press the Commodore button like you could in the original. This game is fiendishly difficult. Great game though. it always absolutely amazed me, the fact that, you know, it was loading a game into memory and it was actually giving you something to actually do. I mean, some of the games actually featured little mini games you could actually play when, you know, the game was loading, which was just mental. Anyway, listen, I've just noticed that the battery in this thing is about to run out, so I'm just going to stop it. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to see this, I don't think. It's going to puff out before we can get to listen to music. So anyway, listen guys, that is it. That is the 1541 Ultimate 2 cartridge. I cannot, if you're a Commodore 64 man, I can't recommend this enough. If you've got an original C64, you absolutely need to get this cartridge. I'll put a link down below to Gideon's website. Any questions guys, if you want to see anything else about the cartridge, just put the comments down below. I do hope you enjoyed watching it guys, and as lastly, thank you so much for watching.